What's happening, guys? Good evening. Here we are. Sorry, I am 3 minutes late. Whew. Let's go through this chat here. Prove the haters wrong, Ryan. Bring home both arms. Haters. Didn't realize I had haters. Okay. PI Derek. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. It is the evening before I leave for the UK. Training is completely finished. Don't know what to tell you guys. It is it's going down. And we still have merch available. We'll always have that merch available, but in the video description, of course, we have merch, and we also have staking that's going on. So now I am in rest mode and waiting for you guys to send me some stuff to talk about, because it is the night before. And honestly, for the past few days, I've just been resting. And what the hell? I'm Wrestling Gamer, yo Ryan, where Drake is in the house. Resting, getting ready, finishing up tying up loose ends with work. And White Wolf says, staked on you, Ryan. Arm wrestling opinion, staked on you, big man. It seems Screecha doesn't have enough believers to sell out his block. That's a shame, because the more blocks he sells, where's Milo? He's the more blocks he sells, the more I can sell. Yeah, this has been keeping me busy for the past few days. This guy is the new addition to the family. And he's sitting on my lap, because if I put him down, I'm afraid I'm not going to see where he pees on the floor. But that's also going to come in. And what the hell am I even talking about? He's been keeping me busy. So while I'm away, that's what's going to keep the family busy. What am I weighing? 375-ish. Had a massage yesterday. Feel good. Feel ready. Just drinking water. No booze. Staying hydrated. Going to have some fun over there. And, man, I'm looking forward to it. Warren Kernot is in the house. Warren started arm wrestling around the same time I did. I went and got my COVID test this morning. Came back negative, so I am green-lit and good to go. There's nothing holding me back from going at this point. And that's it. That's it, guys. We're ready. So what else you guys want to talk about? I'm going to pull up the stakes here, because I haven't looked at them in a while. And right now, they really have not moved. It is the exact thing. Well, they're not coming up now. So on the right arm, Alex is sold out on his block. I am very close to selling out on mine. So if you guys are interested, the right arm still has matches available, and the left arm, and I don't think people realize this, but Alex is really good on the left arm. But nobody's seeing that. And yeah, Alex has barely sold anything on the left arm. Okay. Says, hey Ryan, what are your predictions on the Rob Sasho match? I don't know. I am definitely cheering for Rob. And I want Rob to win. I don't know if he will. But I'm not confident enough to bet on that either way. And the only reason I would hesitate is because I think Rob hasn't had nearly as much preparation time as Sasho has. Sasho has been training right through. And then we have White Wolf saying, okay, definitely want to talk about your match. But what about the Brzezinski-Lariat match that has the arm wrestling world buzzing? I'm not as excited about that match as I am about John potentially pulling in his own weight class and maybe even taking on some super heavyweights of a lower level. I don't think that if Devin comes in the Michael Todd match shape, that John can beat him. I just don't. And I think that while the arm wrestling world might be buzzing, it's nostalgia. And I don't get quite as excited about it. Ryan, I think if you win this, you should aim for the top 8. I legitimately believe you can beat all those guys except 2 or 3. Sap the bee. Thank you for that. I would find it very surprising if I go over there and I win both arms in this match, that it wouldn't lead to some other opportunities. In fact, the second I get off this live, I am going to be investigating whether or not I can extend my stay in Vegas in November to go through that tournament that is happening there. And just to give you guys a teaser for that, I was offered a super match at that event when they heard that I might be able to do that. So without going into too much detail, that could be happening. Are you part Lithuanian? Are you asking me that? I am actually part Latvian, mostly Latvian. P.I. Derek, not excited about Lariat Brzezinski either. Sap the B, what are your thoughts on John versus Dimitri? You have a special insight hanging out with the Texas crew. Well, Dimitri wasn't there, but he might be near the top of the food chain in Texas. I think that John will win that match based on what I've seen from John, what I know about John historically, and how he's been training, and all of a sudden seems extremely motivated, that John wins that match. Did you ever practice pull with Voda? No, I did not. I was there in 2003 when Travis beat him right-handed. I have met Voda and talked to him a couple of times, but never ever got on a table with him. Arm Wrestling Gamer, oh, do it. I'm going there. I knew you were Baltic. Interesting. Where do you think Eric Spotto could potentially rank in North America right-handed? Devin said honestly believes he would be top 5 North America as soon as he decides to compete. When I heard that Chance had declined the match with Spotto, I actually became interested in it. But the second it was declined, he ended up pulling with signing with to pull with Mike Aiello. I think Spotto, I kind of agree with Devin. I think he is top 5 in North America the second he decides he wants to be. JP, hi Ryan, good luck. Local here, just north of Winnipeg. Do you know how any of the clubs are practicing at the moment? The Winnipeg club practices on Tuesday nights. It's outdoors, and I don't know how long that's going to keep up, but it is currently going. So get on the Manitoba Arm Wrestling Association Facebook page. I still think the Southeast Smashers are doing regular practices, so reach out to Billy Berg or any of those guys. How do you develop your elbows to handle massive amounts of side pressure? By training side pressure with relatively lightweight and building yourself up. Who do you think you have your sights on after this match? If you go to Vegas, would you go to Spotto's and try his arm? If I end up staying for the tournament, I understand that the guys in the super matches are prohibited from entering the tournament, which makes an interesting dynamic. If I end up with a super match there, I would not be pulling the tournament, neither would Spotto, but I would definitely like to try him on the practice table and see where he's at. Hey Ryan, what is your flight? Make sure you move around lots. It is a long flight. It's actually not that bad. It's only 6.5 hours from Montreal, and Montreal is where I connect. I think I leave around 1 o'clock tomorrow. Now a Facebook page doesn't have much posts lately. I'll have to investigate. Okay, Jay. I think they usually post the day of or the day before. You need to try my training partner, Tony Tomlinson. I've heard great things about Tony. I heard his left arm is iron. And if I'm not mistaken, he's pulling Cody right away. Get that win for North America. Thank you. I'll try. Derek is really close to Vegas, San Bernardino. Reach out. He'd definitely pull with you. I might do that. I'm going there for a work conference and to spend some time with my wife. So if we go to that tournament, I will be thankful that she has given me the blessing to do that. Otherwise, that will be the day of arm wrestling. There will not be any practice time worked into that trip besides that. Ryan, how does the arm bet process work for you as an athlete? Do you get contracted beforehand, and will you get paid as well? All I can do is tell you what I have heard and what I think. So arm bet is Devin's baby, but I'm not sure how the matches get on there. I was not asked to have the match on there, and I think that I get some money either way, win or lose. I don't know how much, and it's a nice bonus for an arm wrestler, especially, you know, Devin and I have had our differences in the past, but I was pleased and happy to see that my name was on there with the Alex match, and hopefully it goes on there with future matches as well. It's a great opportunity that's been given to the arm wrestlers to make some extra money. Arm Wrestling Gamer, I bet Derek is going to be there in Vegas, as long as he's not working. State King's not armed right. I'm not sure what that question means. How excited would you be to pull a 300-pound pancake Devin at King of the Table 2 left-handed if offered? Very excited. Very excited. I would take that match, despite the fact that that guy is very hard to beat. Dang, he's got a call off for it. He's got to be there. Well, Arm Wrestling Gamer, the problem with it is not with Derek, but the problem with the event setup is if we say yes to a super match, then we don't pull the tournament, is what my understanding is. So even though I would be having a left-handed match potentially with somebody, it would prohibit me from entering the right-handed event, is what I have been told. And a lot of that is to encourage new other arm wrestlers to compete and take those titles. Armbet.net. Okay, Adam, at armbet.net. If you go to that website, on the top right-hand corner, well, it says Armbet, then merchandise, then equipment, then staking. If you click on staking, it takes you to that page. And then when you click on who you got arm wrestling, it will show you the matches. And then when you click on the individual matches, then it takes you to the Stake Kings site where you can actually buy or stake somebody. if Derek goes to Vegas, someone is going to hire him to be a bouncer as well, probably. Practice table pulls, arm wrestling gamer, absolutely. What do you think about Brzenk versus Kachin? We already went over that, but I think Brzenk has it. And I think he has it fairly easily. He would make a good money in Vegas, maybe work weekends and run up there. Yeah, for sure he would. He's massive. PEI Derek with a $10 super chat. Thank you very much, sir. Have a pint on me when you get to the UK. Sir, I appreciate you, and I shall. Maybe after the match. Stay on here about 10 more minutes, guys. It's going to be a short one tonight, about half an hour. And I wanted to get on here and chat with everyone before I took off. Ryan, when you're over in England, can you please get Neil back on the table? We need Neil back to pulling. I don't think, Winston, I don't think we're going to be able to do that. Neil is still very involved with the sport in a different capacity. I think he's happy with what he's doing, and I think he does very well commentating not just arm wrestling, but other sports. If Brzenk versus Robbie Burnett happened, who would you take? Oh, man, probably John. Because, okay, if this was the John that pulled Chance, I would have taken Robbie. I think John has progressed enough in a short period of time that I think he's a tough guy to match up with people now. Ryan Dragon, best of luck. Represent North America. I shall. I am excited, guys. So if you haven't staked, please do. If you haven't bought some ARMWARS merch, please do. All the links for all the ARMWARS merch are in the video descriptions, including this one. All right, and the beat goes on. You might have answered this too, but what about you versus Brzenk? I actually said that I would like to have that match if John is willing. And then I saw a video where he has his next 6 challengers lined up. So it's highly unlikely that I would get that match. Now, I think John's going to go on a tear. And I think the success of his YouTube channel early on is going to encourage him to do that. And maybe we see John back in super heavyweight. The old man still got it. Why has Chance stopped talking about you all of a sudden? Did he learn something that scared him? Well, it's really hard to talk shit about somebody that you were lined up to pull and then you decided not to, regardless of the reason. And I'm not saying Chance's reason wasn't a good one, but the optics of saying you can no longer do the match, not offering an alternate date, just I'm not doing it anymore, means that you kind of lose your ability and right to talk shit about somebody. That's just the way it is. You can't say anything anymore because it's almost like a win by default for me. Winston, have you ever been to the UK? I have flown through the UK on my way to other places in Europe, but this will be the first time that I have gotten out of an airport. Do you warm up a lot before matches or practice? Arm wrestling gamer, I do not do a Robbie Burnett level warm up at a practice. And I don't know if you noticed, but his warm ups are a good solid half an hour. And he knows his body enough to know that he needs to do that. Now, I don't need to do that kind of level of warm-up before a practice. I will probably do a more extensive one before I end up on the table for the match at ARMWARS. Do you like coffee, and do you find it positively affect you during training, practice, and competition? Yes, black coffee every morning before I train, and caffeine before I compete. I recall in the past Devin video talking about you a bit. Do He didn't have much to say and just mentioned you've had issues with him in the past. What's the deal? Jay, it really wasn't Devin and I. It was honestly more Chris Gobby and Devin, and my association with Chris Gobby at the time. The show that we did really kind of upset Devin. And there's a long story there that's been told a few times, but there's really nothing too exciting or dramatic about between Devin and I. We're good now, and that's about it. Catchin beats Burnett, though, right? I'm not sure about that. Who is the strongest man you have ever pulled left-handed? Andre Pushkar. Andre Pushkar is the strongest man I've ever pulled left-handed. Not Levon. In fact, when I was at the Worlds in Turkey, I felt like I could have been a lot more in that match had I not competed the day before in the Masters. Sorry, 2 days prior. What are the main food dishes you want to try? Winston, I don't know, man. I'm kind of up for anything. Sap the Bee. Man, I really hope you win. For some reason, you have always been underrated, especially by Mask and Devin fans. If you win this, I think that will change. It'll be the first win for North America this year, unless RVJ manages to win his match. I guess that'll be kind of the same time. It'll be a tie. But if you enter the top 8, are you ready to take it all the way like Levon? Wink, wink. I don't know, man. That's a really hard question. Yeah, but let's talk about the Mask and Devin fans. Yeah, there was some stuff going on, mostly fueled by fans. Matt and I were lined up to arm wrestle. We got shut down by you know what. We were supposed to pull in November. Currently, Matt can't travel, and nothing can happen in his home province. So that is on hold. And the beat goes on. Double up. Any plans for the top 8? Well, top 8 is invite, so we'll see what happens. Like Clerks, like MMT. PI Derek, get some rest. Take care. Can't wait for the match. How are you able to watch the upcoming match? It will be streamed on Neil's channel. If it is live, it will be very early in the morning in North America. So like 5, 6, that kind of thing. So you basically need to watch the event through the night if you wanted to take all the matches, because the matches are spread out throughout the day at the Arnold Sports Festival. Sap the Bee, I think the chance of you winning is a lot more likely than Rob. I've heard that a few times. I don't know. I really want RVJ to win. I do. But holy man, has he got a tough match. And the beat goes on, rooting for you big time, Ryan. You got this. Thanks, buddy. Considering Alex Cordecho was offered the place this year, if you beat him, that shows you are top 8 level. I appreciate that. Now, I talked to Alex about that. Apparently, he was put on the poster without really being made an offer. So it was a little weird that happened. But he had to win a qualifying match to get into the top 8. And that qualifier was against Hermes. And the match was never really booked. This poster just kind of got released. So I asked Neil, I'm like, what's going on? And he kind of explained it to me. And then I talked to Alex, and he kind of explained it a little more. And he's like, he really had no idea what the hell was going on. Winston Hughes, do you know if Mask and Larrett will be at Canadian Nationals? Way more of a chance of Mask being there than Larrett being there. Devin has not gone to a Canadian Nationals since probably 2011, and that's because it was in his hometown and he did not compete. But I mean, Matt, I don't think he's against it, but Matt is also a purely professional arm wrestler, probably won't go. If he does go, it will be to support his team, support the guys he trains, and I don't see him arm wrestling. But maybe if I'm in it, he'll jump in there and it'll happen at the Nationals. Who knows? Sap to be you versus Trubin is a dream match. Thank you, man. That's really, that's a big compliment. White Wolf, big super chat, $20. Thanks, man. Best of luck, Ryan. We're all cheering for you, buddy. Looking forward to the match between you and Matt down the road. Going to give her both hands versus Matt. Have a pint on me as well, but not that room temperature beer. Oh, well, nice. Matt doesn't want to pull me left-handed, and you can ask him that. He'll tell you the same thing. His right arm is his primary arm. His left arm, he will tell you, is hot and cold. When it's on, it's really good, but when it's off, it's not so good. Sap to be, will you be in the same house as those guys? I heard Neil was going for a Big Brother vibe. He is. Where all the arm wrestlers are staying in an apartment. So this apartment is made up of Airbnbs, and Alex and I will actually be sharing one. So I will go live from time to time on this channel, and we will just fire it up and fill you in on what we're doing that day. Warren Kernot, good luck, Ryan. I think you got this. Can't wait to see the matches. Thanks, buddy. Is Giannis competing in ARMWARS? Sheldon Short, yes, he is. Winston Hughes, isn't it crazy that John Brzenk hasn't won a WAF World Championship? That is not true. John Brzenk has won a WAF Championship. John Brzenk won, I believe, a left-handed WAF Championship in the early 2000s, and it might have been right-handed, but he has won one. He won, and second place was Ron Bath, and third place was Devin Larratt. And I believe it was in Finland. So John has won a WAF championship. Sap the B. He'll have to break up fights if Rob gets crazy. That'll be fun. That'll be interesting. Oh yeah, Bill Brzenk is a WAF champ in the family. But John has won it. I'm telling you. Do the research. He has won it. Yes, that's right. It was Japan. Sorry, Sap the B. It was Japan, 1999. And then I think John went over there and pulled a huge cash event or something, but he pulled I think it was the left arm first, and then pulled the right hand in the cash event. Thoughts on Sasho's booster stand for his height? Aren't genetics? If your opponent's arm is bigger than yours, what's the problem? How is height different? Yeah, but the rules allow for a booster, so a stand. Sasho said he wasn't using a riser, so we'll see. And the B goes on. I think John won his left. I think you're right. Sheldon Short. My goodness. $27.99 super chat. Say hello to Giannis for me and have a beer with him on me. I will be cheering for you both. Sheldon, I will do that. Winston Hughes. He said he hasn't won one on his live. He's wrong. He's wrong. He forgot. John has forgotten that he won a world title. But he definitely has won one. And his father was there in Japan to watch him win it. Yes, Arm Wrestling Gamer. Yes, John has won WAF left, just not right. 1999. Nope, he's won it. Go back in the books. And I believe Devin has a picture of it on his Facebook profile of the top three on the podium. Sap the B. Thank you, man. $7.99 super chat with an A. What kind of currency is that? That's interesting. Thanks for always being classy and gracious with questions. You're the man. Thank you, sir. Yeah, he definitely won it. He won it with the left arm, though. which is, you know, it's still a WAF title. He says he hasn't, but he has. You think you'll pull the winner of Merritt versus Badgent? Yes, 100% I will do that. Cody and I were already lined up, and Cody and I will still pull either way. But if Travis is hanging around and he gets that win, he will have to arm wrestle me at some point. Get John on here one of these days to reminisce. Would be great. Absolutely. And I will actually go on one of his lives and say, hey, stop saying you didn't win a WAF title, and he'll probably remember. I think Bill Berzinnik has won WAF titles as well. Definitely won World Wrist Wrestling Championships. I feel like Chance got sort of worried when John gave you the nod over him. Probably a little bit nervous seeing what happened in Texas when I went down there for that practice. Yeah, hard to say. But he also had very good reasons for not going to the UK. So, yeah. All right. What is your weight now? 375. All right. All right, guys. We're on 31 minutes and 40 seconds. I'll read a couple more, and then we're going to sign off for the night. And the next time I talk to you guys, I will be in the UK. White Wolf, Neil is fucking crazy. He's seriously putting out you guys up together. Great for the production value. You got to mess with this guy's head. Turn on all the socks inside out. Swap chocolate bars with X-Lax. We'll see. I think Neil's, it's an experiment. It'll be fun. The interesting one will be if RVJ is staying with Sasho, because Sasho doesn't even speak English. JP, got to head out, Ryan. Good luck. I'll be rooting for you. Maybe come out to Portage and practice with you one day. Absolutely. Chance was also going to pull Spotto right. Yeah, no longer. Now that is Mike Aiello. To be honest, you versus Alex would have been the finals anyway. This is better. No excuses that someone or another is tired. Good. Yeah, I agree. Neil is still the #1 puller in the UK. Hard to say. Hard to say. Definitely the #1 promoter. All right, guys. I'm going to sign off. I appreciate the support. Thank you for all the super chats. And when next we speak, maybe it'll be in Montreal. Or maybe I'll go on my phone live when I get to Montreal in between flights. I think I have a pretty healthy layover there. A few hours at least. So maybe tomorrow night I'll be tuning in from Montreal. Good night, everybody.